welcome back to another video. Sorry about the echo in this room, I didn't really think that through. But yeah, this is gonna be the second video of us working on the nursery. So we've already done sort of like a part one, I suppose, to this video of us starting on the actual nursery. We're at the point now where we have whitewashed the walls because they were freshly plastered, and we have panelled, Louie's panelled. We've put insulation underneath the floorboards and we've ordered our carpet. So I just need to ring up the carpet shop whenever we're ready, because we said obviously we would rather get everywhere painted and all the walls and everything done before we put the carpet down. So the sooner we can get all of that done, the sooner we can get the carpet down, and then we can sort of go and buy the furniture, because I'd rather buy the furniture and be able to put it up in this room sort of straight away, rather than going and buying it now and having to just like store it for weeks. We're probably just going to get IKEA furniture, and all we really need is a cot and a like chest of drawers. But yeah, we are starting to like build up quite a few baby bits now, lots of like clothes and things like that. So yeah, I'm definitely like just eager to crack on with the nursery. I've also ordered radiator cover for this room, which actually needs picking up today. I need to get Louis to go and pick that up. That was from Argos and it was actually like discounted, so I think it ended up being about 60 quid for quite a large radiator cover, which isn't too bad. So yeah, we need to go and pick that up today as well. But what I am gonna do is just go around and fill. So this is the, I hate this stage. The paneling is on the walls, but every single corner needs filling, sanding, and around all of the paneling needs caulking as well. So I've already done sort of like one layer of filler, and then I've gone round and sort of roughly sanded everywhere, but I need to basically do it again, just because, especially on the skirting board, some of the gaps are quite big. Sometimes you need to fill it once, let the filler dry, and then fill on top of that filler. We also do still have one length of skirting board here that Louis needs to do, but that was delivered yesterday, the day before, so he's going to start working on that, put that bit of skirting board on, and then yeah, we can just crack on. So I think it'll take most of the morning, I would say, at least, to, well, I suppose actually I'm gonna have to fill and wait for it to dry and then sand it. So I'm gonna do the filler now. The filler won't take me that long, but then yeah, we'll have to wait for it to dry and then sand it. Louis also got some work that he needs to do on this cupboard behind me. This is what I'm going to use as like the wardrobe, but the doors are a little bit dodgy. There's a shelf inside that we need to sort of reconfigure, put a railing, stuff like that. I did explain all of this in the previous video, but yeah, we might actually need a trip to the shops today at some point, so we'll see how we go. But yeah, I'm going to start off by filling. It's now the next day. I got quite a lot done in here yesterday in terms of like filling, sanding, caulking. I think I'm pretty much done. I will go around again and just double check, because I feel like I turn into a bit of a perfectionist and I always end up like touching up loads of areas. Sorry, I'm out of breath. I've just carried the paint upstairs. So I've been to B&Q this morning as well and got the paint for this room. So I don't know whether I actually did an update on the paint colour like I said I would. So we had these 3 testers on the wall. This one was the one that we were originally going to go for. This was the cheapest option because we already have the wall paint. I would have just needed to have bought some like wood paint for the skirting board and the door and stuff. However, this very quickly became my least favourite. This one we decided was just a little bit too grey. So this is the one we have ended up going for. This is sheepskin rug from Valspar. So I did also have a little bit of this paint left. We used this in our old house in the kitchen. So I do have about half a tub left, but it's only half of a 1 litre tub, so it's not much at all. It's literally this one here. I have like half of this left, but obviously it's better than nothing, but it's not really going to get me very far. So I've just been to B&Q this morning, so I did end up getting a 2.5 litre tub of the wall paint because obviously I need to do all of the bottom half in the colour, probably twice. I'm also doing stripes on the top half of the wall. I won't need loads of paint for that, but I am doing that all around the room. So I thought it was just the safest option to get a 2.5 litre tub, and then I got a 1 litre tub of the wood paint. So I got this in an eggshell finish, and this is obviously for the skirting board for these doors here. So I'm going to do those doors the same colour as the panelling, and also this door and like the door frame and everything. So all of the woodwork basically will be in sheepskin rug in this colour here. I feel like colours do come across very, very differently on camera, but yeah, I pretty much filled everywhere, all of the corners of the skirting board, all of the corners of the panelling, sanded everywhere. I caulked all of like the outside and the inside of every panel, and obviously caulked along the dado rail as well. And then Louis was messing about with these cupboards because this is what we're going to use for the wardrobe. But this did have a shelf in the middle there, which Louis took out yesterday. He needs to take all of this stuff out, and I think I will paint inside here just while I've got the opportunity. I'll just give it a lick of white paint just to make it look a little bit better. I might also quickly paint the insides of these doors as well, again just while we've got the paint out and we're doing it. We might as well do it properly, but I think I'll just do the inside white. This will probably just need a quick sand, and I'll just do that with some white emulsion. So yeah, our plan for this is Louis needs to take all of this out. He changed the like these magnets here because these doors, I don't know whether you can see like where these holes were, so this was where the actual like catch was for it to close. So where the shelf was halfway around, don't know whether you can see on the shelf there, it had the actual like bit on there that used to shut into, I don't know how to explain this, into the shelf basically. So Louis changed it to these just like magnetic ones at the bottom. He hasn't put them on like level because the doors weren't closing like flush with each other, which they're still not, to be honest, but it's really not noticeable at all. So yeah, he did do that yesterday, but we need to move the shelf. So I think we're going to reuse this shelf here. This is what he took out of the cupboard, and I think what we might do is just sort of cut it in half and put it higher up. So we're going to put that shelf right at the top, and then I think we're going to try and get 2 rails of clothes if we can. If we can only get 1 rail, it doesn't really matter. I'm sure that'll be plenty, but I think while she's only small and the clothes are only small, we can probably get away with 2 hanging rails, because then we'll have like a full chest of drawers along here. So we should have plenty of storage for what we need, and then obviously we'll have the shelf right at the top, which we can just store like other bits and bobs on, and maybe even get some baskets and store stuff along the bottom here. So yeah, we just need to do some work on this cupboard and like reconfigure it a little bit. And then as well as that, Louis needs to prime all of this wood. So we've got the wood primer, but I don't really want to use that myself. I'm not really sure what like chemicals and stuff it's got in it, but I think it's more of like an oil-based paint, which I've heard is best to avoid when pregnant. So I don't mind using just normal like emulsion, water-based emulsions, but yeah, I think for the primer I'm just going to get Louis to do that. So he needs to prime all around these bits of wood. The skirting board's already primed, which is great. He still needs to put this length on here. He's been slacking this weekend, guys. He hasn't really done half as much as I have, but we're not in any massive rush. So yeah, those are the updates for today. It's a bit of a slow weekend really. I didn't film too much of me like caulking and stuff because it's just very repetitive and tedious and not the nicest of jobs, but I was pretty much messing about in here all day yesterday, so I'm just having a bit more of a chill day today, doing some housework, stuff like that. And Louis is still at football, so I'm waiting for him to get back and hopefully he'll crack on with some jobs. Good afternoon everyone. It's not morning, it is afternoon. Apologies for the echo and for the state of me. I've just pulled myself together because I have been crying because I couldn't get the paint open. Pregnancy hormones are in full swing today, but I'm just starting to paint now. So I've pulled a muscle in my leg from trying to get the paint open, but yeah, we're gonna get some painting done today because it's Sunday and I'm back at work tomorrow, and I was determined to get this room painted this weekend. We're not actually in any massive rush, but we want to get the carpet down in here as soon as possible. So yeah, obviously the painting and stuff wants to be done before the carpet goes down. So I've just started over this section here, and to be honest, I'm not being particularly neat like around the top. I'm just gonna go back over with white and neaten it all up at the end because I just feel like that's going to be a little bit easier. There's some other areas that need touching up a little bit with the white, so while I'm doing that I'm just going to cut in around here because I just feel like it'll be easier for me to do it from the top rather than cutting in now. I mean, I'll try and be fairly neat, but I'm not going to be too overly neat with it. But yeah, we'll see how far we get. I'm not gonna do too much, I'm just gonna do as much as I feel like doing. But I feel like once I actually start, painting can be quite therapeutic, especially when I'm doing most of this with a brush because of obviously all of the panels. I might roller some bits, but yeah, I'm just gonna sit with my paintbrush. I might put some music on and just relax myself a little bit. Obviously I've started with the actual wall paint because I've got this same paint but in wood and metal paint, like an eggshell finish. I'm going to do that on the skirting boards, this door and these doors here, so they're a little bit more like wipeable. But for now I'm just using the actual wall paint. Everyone, another day of painting. So I've actually been painting for I don't know, maybe it's about an hour. I'm doing the woodwork today, so I've done one coat on the skirting boards. I do think they'll probably need another coat. It hasn't taken me that long to do the skirting boards, so I don't mind going over with another coat. I'm currently partway through doing the door, and I need to do the cupboard doors here, if you can see those. But yeah, I absolutely love how it looks. I am 100% colour drenching every room in the house. This is the first room that we've done like the skirting board, the woodwork, everything all the same colour, and I've always really liked the look of that and wanted to do that around the house. But especially like in the living room downstairs, for example, we just painted the skirting board white, just mainly because that was the easiest option. It was right at the beginning of my pregnancy, so it was Louis that was doing it, and he's not one for like the finer details. So yeah, when it came to the living room, I was just, at the time I was like, just get it done. My dad came and helped, and we just did the skirting board white. Also because the walls are so dark in that room, I was kind of nervous to go in with such a dark colour on the skirting board. If I then changed my mind and wanted to do it white, it'll take quite a lot to get the skirting board white, I would have thought. But I've looked at the skirting board in that room every single day since we've done it, and I just feel like it looks odd to me. It doesn't look bad, obviously it's just white skirting board, but yeah, I've toyed with the idea of matching it to the walls, and after I've painted the skirting board up here, I think I'm definitely going to do it downstairs, because I just absolutely love the way that it looks. I think it gives like a really, I don't know, sort of like regal type, like grand look to the room. I just absolutely love it. So this is what I'm doing at the moment. I'm just doing this door. I'm only doing one side of this door, I'm not doing the other side. And then I need to do these, like the outside of these cupboards again. I'm not going to do the inside, but Louis has already done this, so he's painted the inside just white. The doors don't look too bad, to be honest. He did do it with a brush, so you can sort of see all of like the brush strokes that he's done. Like I say, he's not much of a decorator, but in here he's done 2 coats with a brush again, but you can see it's still quite patchy in here. So I think either him or maybe it's me, if I can be bothered, will go over this with another coat, but with the roller. Yeah, anyway, that is what I am doing this morning. I'll update you once it's done, probably, because it's not the most exciting for you to just watch me paint, so I'm just gonna carry on. We might even get the stripes done today. If not today, I'm hoping tomorrow. So my plan is, for the top half of the walls, I want to do stripes in like the same colour as the panelling, and obviously the white that's just there now. I'm hoping it's gonna look good. Obviously we'll maybe just do a little section as a bit of a tester, see how it comes out, but yeah, that's the plan. So I will update you later on today. So it's literally just getting dark, so the colour isn't coming across properly on camera, but I've just finished up the last bit of painting for today, I think. So I've done all of the skirting board, I've done this cupboard here, I've done the door and like the door frame and everything, so that is all looking good. I've also quickly painted inside this cupboard again, just because it was looking a little bit patchy, so that's now all white. Louis been to buy a shelf for across the top and some hanging rails, so he got 2 hanging rails, so hopefully he can maybe do that tomorrow. And then the only other thing we need to do in here is obviously the stripes that I'm planning on doing on like the top half of the walls, but we need to figure out what size stripes we want and tape all of the walls basically. It's not focusing very well because it's just a plain wall, but yeah, that's the next job that we need to do, and then obviously just paint each stripe on. So hopefully we'll be able to get that done tomorrow. We might actually do the tape tonight if we can, and then I can just get on with painting that tomorrow while Louis is at football, because I definitely want to get all the painting done in here by tomorrow, and then I can ring the carpet shop and get them booked in to come and fit the carpet, and then that's pretty much all of like the messy jobs done. We can just get the furniture and start to like accessorize and stuff in here. But yeah, as you can see, well, you can't see, but as you can see now, it's getting dark outside. I think it's about, maybe it's about 4 o'clock, 4:30, something like that. The nights are definitely like getting lighter, which I'm happy about. But yeah, I will show you how this is looking obviously in the proper daylight tomorrow, because it's all looking very blue and dark. And yeah, I'm gonna have a clean up for tonight. Like I say, hopefully we'll get the tape on the walls, and then I will pick you up tomorrow. Right, it's now the next day, so this is how we're looking. This is a bit more of like a realistic representation of the colour. So obviously I've done the door, I've done all of this bit here. I absolutely love how the colour is looking. Oh yeah, it's all looking really, really nice. So Louis put these bits of tape on here, so it looks a little bit strange at the moment, but basically we're going to do it so we're going to have stripes the same colour as the panelling and white, and all the stripes are going to be the same size. So this is a colour, this is white, this is colour, this is white. So obviously I think the tape is about 2 centimetres, and we went for 7 centimetres for each stripe. But we thought we would just basically do this many for now, do a little bit of a tester, because I have done a render to see kind of how it's gonna look, and it does look good on the render. I think he's done me 5 stripes possibly. I'm gonna try them now, and I think what I'm gonna do is pull the tape off while the paint is still sort of wet, just because I'm nervous that if I pull it off once the paint's dried, it might sort of like chip and flake and stuff. I'm not really sure. I might do it completely wrong. It might all go wrong. Obviously, if it does all go wrong, then I will just repaint this bit white and it'll all be fine. So what do we think? I personally really, really like them. It does look exactly like I sort of envisioned it looking. I think it's really, really nice, just white, but I also think the stripes give it a little bit more of like a fun nursery sort of vibe. I feel like it's the type of thing that you could only really do in a nursery, or like it works really well in a nursery. It's kind of giving me like circus vibes, but yeah, I do think that they're also very like traditional. I think that's why I'm loving stripes at the moment. I feel like you would find stripes in like a really traditional home. But yeah, I personally really like them. I do think it just makes the room a little bit more fun. It gives, I don't know, it just gives it a little bit of something. Otherwise, obviously, the walls would just be plain white. We will obviously be accessorising with lots of like pictures and mirrors and bits and bobs like that. But yeah, I just think I really like the stripes. I really want to do coving up here as well, which I would have loved to have done obviously now, like while we're doing the rest of the room. But there's just a lot. It's just a lot, especially the coving that we did downstairs. I absolutely love it in the living room, but we were kind of doing that right at the very beginning of my pregnancy, and there's a lot of like filling and caulking and sanding, I suppose similar to sort of like the skirting board, but I just found it quite difficult. I'm kind of trying to avoid using too many things with chemicals in, like fillers and caulk and things like that. So yeah, I did just kind of think that obviously the room doesn't need coving right now. It's something that can be added, and it'll be much easier to add it if we don't have wallpaper. We might just be able to do that maybe in like a year's time or something. Just add the coving, and yeah, I just kind of wanted to make life as easy as possible for us at the moment, because we've still had a lot of work to do in this room. But yeah, that's how it's looking so far. Obviously Louis had only done like that much tape just so that I could get a little bit of an idea, because it is going to take a while for him to do all of the tape. I think we'll probably do like above the window, just because I think it would be weird not to, and then like this little bit of wall down here, and then obviously this wall around here. Again, I'll do around this little bit and around the door, but yeah, there is going to be quite a lot of taping that needs to be done. So this is where we've got to with the stripes. So this is the wall that I started on, and we've done up above the window here and down this wall. So this is probably the longest wall, which we still need to do, as you can tell obviously by all of the tape. So this was Louis's job yesterday basically, and to say he was sick towards the end is probably an understatement. He was getting very bored of putting tape on walls after, I don't know, a good few hours of doing it, but needs must. But yeah, Louis finished putting the tape on late last night. It's now just my job to go around and paint it all, but I would say the painting definitely doesn't take as long as the tape, obviously because he had to measure each stripe and then mark the wall and then level the stripe that he was measuring, and then sort of like draw a line down the wall and then get the tape, put the tape on. Yeah, it's been a bit time consuming, but I personally think it's worth it. And I think once we've got obviously things up on the wall, we'll have quite a lot of prints. I'm thinking maybe a few frames on this wall, and then probably a mirror on this wall. We'll have curtains around the window. I've ordered the blinds for in here as well, because I've got Venetian blinds, because this window is at the front of our house and I want to be able to have privacy without having the blind sort of open or closed. So that's why I haven't gone for just like a roller blind or a blackout blind. I've gone for Venetian, and then I'm thinking floor length curtains as well. But yeah, that's where we're at the moment. We're headed into a new week now when it's very difficult for us to get much done during the week. Obviously it's very dark after work. We have got quite a busy week this week. I think I might leave this video here just so that I can get it edited and uploaded for you so that you've got a video this week. And then obviously we've still got lots to do in the nursery, so I'll just be continuing with the nursery updates in a brand new video. I don't know how many of these videos there'll be, because obviously we do need to get all of the furniture, and yeah, then I'll be organising the nursery, and there'll be lots of nursery updates over the next few months. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave this video here, and then I will obviously show you how far I get whenever I continue painting, and once I've finished the whole room. Hopefully the blinds will be here within the next week or so. I've got my eye on some curtains that I've seen from Dunelm, so I might even get them, see how they look. But yeah, we've got lots of things still to do in this room. So anyway, I hope you've enjoyed watching. I hope you like what we've done with the nursery so far. Let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you in the next video.